Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ms. Swati Agarwal, Assistant Professor in the School of Media and Communication, Adamas University. I welcome you all to the second day of the Faculty Development Program on Research Paper Writing and Publications in SCOPUS and WS journals. This Faculty Development Program has been organized by the School of Media and Communication, Adamas University. Today, we have a session with Dr. Sageeta Paliwal, who will be guiding us on how to do referencing and how to avoid plagiarism, which is an integral part of research. She is a PhD in Library and Information Science, and she has been working at the university as a university librarian in Central Library, Symbiosis International Deemed University, Pune. She has around 20 years of professional experience. She's a member of the International EBSCO Academic Advisory Board for Asia, Australia, and Africa since 2018 and has many publications to her credit. She has presented papers at various national and international conferences. She has also organized 3 national level workshops, 2 of which were sponsored by InflibNet, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Ma'am, we welcome you to Adamas University and we look forward to learn from you. Welcome, ma'am. Ma'am, the session is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Swati, for the nice introduction. I'm very happy that university has invited me for this lecture. And this is actually one of the integral part of the research writing, project writing, or PhD thesis assignment and project nowadays, because UGC and all other bodies are very much strict about the plagiarism and all of this. So good afternoon, all the participants. Before starting the topic which is given to me, the first topic is referencing and second is plagiarism. I would like to tell you a story which all of us must have heard. That story is about Eklavya and Dronacharya. We must know that Dronacharya has taken his Eklavya's thumb for the under the Guru Dakshina. So the narration which is there in our mind, that Dronacharya wanted to, Arjuna should be one of the best, archer of the world. That's why he played a game with the Eklavya. Now, let's see the other part of this story. Nowadays, we can, listen the word referencing, citation, and plagiarism. So, Eklavya has learned a lot of things. In other sense, I can say Eklavya has stolen lots of techniques related to the archery without knowing the Dronacharya. And when Dronacharya came to know that Eklavya has learned a lot of things without knowing me, so this is a kind of plagiarism. So that was a punishment. Nowadays, if we can see, we also have to, government definitely will punish if we plagiarize. If we write something which is already written by the other author. So here the sense of this story is that plagiarism is there in India from the root, I guess. So now I would like to start first. I have 2 presentations. The first is referencing and citation. I have taken citation intentionally because citation is ultimately part of referencing. And the second is plagiarism. So we are learning plagiarism in a modern way, but in India that plagiarism is there in their root. Normally, if we see the way, if we read Vedas, Ramayana and Mahabharata, they have written clearly that Shiva said, Rama said, Shiva said, Parvati said. So this is a kind of in-text citation. So now I will share my screen. The first session, the first presentation will be about referencing. And Swati, in between my presentation, I would like to, play some video. If I will play that video from my screen, participants will not be able to listen. So I will share that video link with you. So please play for this for the participants.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah. And the best part of my presentation, in between the presentation, I will give you some info capsule. Those info capsule are very useful in your research journey. Either you are writing research paper, or you are a PhD scholar, or you wanted to do some project work. So I request to all the participants, be alert during my presentation. All those things will be very, very useful for you. My screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yeah. So my title is Referencing and Citation, the first lecture which I am going to give you. So under this topic, I am going to cover majorly these 4 things. What is referencing? Why referencing is important? What is citation? And stage 1 and 2 of the referencing. Actually, these referencing and citation are, are two sides of the coins. So without referencing, citation is not at all important. And if we cite something, then referencing is a very important part. So what is referencing? Referencing is the list of resources that you used when doing your research assignment, project, or PhD thesis. So these resources may include research article. Research article may be published in any of the national and international journal. Then books, ebooks, and journals. Online sources including website, blog, and forum. Speeches, conference paper, any other sources just like film, television, video. So what is referencing? Referencing means whatever, if you are writing any paper or assignment on any of the topic, and you are getting any information related to that topic from another source, then you should cite those references into your paper. So basically referencing is a list of sources from where you get the information. It may be any of these 5 or 6 things. So referencing is to create a list of sources you cited. There is a possibility that some of the resources which you may have read and those resources you have not cited. So those resources also can be given under the references. So referencing a reference is more than a bibliography of the for the article or research papers which we are writing. Why referencing? Why referencing is very much important. All of us has listened word plagiarism. So so if other people's work will not acknowledged, it is called plagiarism. Is not acknowledged, and you have taken their thoughts or ideas in your research paper, is called plagiarism. So because of other people work idea, you need to acknowledge their influence and idea within your work. So referencing is required to avoid plagiarism. In other sense, we can say. So plagiarism regarded as a very serious offense nowadays. In my next presentation under plagiarism, I will different types of different types of things which can be done because of plagiarism. It can destroy your career actually. Citing. Now the next is citing. Citing demonstrate that you What is citing? Citing is another sense we can is in-text reference. If you are writing something and during writing, if you are taking some other's reference, that is called citation. So citation means, what is citation? Citation means gathered evidence to support your idea and argument, used credible good quality of sources, read widely and an appropriate academic level, allow your makers to differentiate between your own work and the work of others, and to locate your sources. So citing is very much important. Number one, if you are writing any paper and you have cited from good Scopus or Web of Science journals, then that is the credibility for your research paper. So and the second thing, citation of a good resources shows that you are very much serious about the study and you have read lots of material about that topic. Third thing, citation shows old research done on your topic. So citation or referencing is important, that yes, you are carry forwarding the research. So if any research has done, just like I can give you the library science example. Green library is in trend. So there are lots of research papers available in green library, and when we are writing research paper, it is very important that research should be unique. So if I can see 5 years or 6 years back, then how to build a green library how to build a green library. So on that topic, I can see lots of paper. After few years, I can see problems and solutions of the green library, because once green library has been built up, there are lots of problems came. So some of the paper, after 2 to 3 years, the papers has been written on the problems and solution of the green library. And nowadays the trend is how we can accommodate green library with the technology. So this is the changing of the research trend. So if I will give, I will give some references or citation from the old paper, which is already written, and if I will give evidence that the topic which I have taken is very much new, and I am continuing the old research, then the credibility of my research will increase. Okay, so that's why citing is very important. Next is, of course, read widely. If you have read lots of papers, then that will be very much useful for all of for the credibility of the paper. And now after that, if publisher received 2 different paper on the same topic, then publisher always choose those paper in a paper who has cited old research, as well as referencing, maximum referencing. I have seen lots of papers in which 100 of references are there, but important is credibility of the cited paper also. So when you are citing anything, you have to make sure that journal or that book that should be the part of Scopus or Web of Science, or at least UGC care list. Without that, don't cited anything. Of course, nowadays, website and other things also we are citing, and there are different citation styles available with us. Now, what to cite? What to cite? Within and at the end of the text, when you use idea from or refer to another person's work, which applies to facts, figure, ideas, and theories. If you read something which is related to your research, it may be fact, you can use figures, you can use idea, you can use theories. From these are the things which we can take as a citation. And from where? From book, from journals, from internet, videos, lecture notes, etc. Okay, so these are 5 or 6 resources from where we can take the we can cite the sources. Now, what is citation? So I hope all of you may understand what is citation. So citation are in-text citation or in-text citations are similar to references but occur in the body of the text with direct quotes and paraphrases to the identity, the author's publication for the material you have used. Normally, it is used in literature review. So, in most of the time, citations are used in a literature review. Here, just I will give you an example. In a journal talk, we may say that when I was a child, my mother told me every time whenever we went to our relatives that don't misbehave. This is I mean general talking term which we use our mom's speech, in other sense we can say. So this is the journal terminology which is which may be a part of citation. If I want to cite the same thing, I can tell I can tell like this. Um, when we were at our relatives' home, it was instructed that I have to be I need not to be misbehave and bracket my mom in 1990. This can be a part of citation. So in general term, we are using the same thing, but when we are writing paper, we have to write the same thing in the different way. So two types of citation we can use while writing. The first is direct quote. Under direct quote, when you repeat the passage from a text to video speech in your article without changing any word, you are using the same word which is there in the speech or video or in research paper or in book. Okay, that is called direct quote. And second is paraphrases. So when you use your own words to reset the meaning of the text in your assignment. So sometimes what happened is student use paraphrases and they don't write citation. So that is the violation of the copyright. So paraphrasing doesn't mean that you can take some other's idea or thoughts in your paper. You have to cite those things. Now I request to Swati, I will share this link on the chat box. Please play this video. With the help of this video, we will able to understand what is the difference between citation and referencing. Swati, I have shared that link with you.
Yes, ma'am. I got the link. I'll just create. Ma'am, the link has been copied and pasted in the format of a picture. And can you share me the link over WhatsApp?
Just wait a minute. I'll share once again.
Ma'am, I've got the link. Just give me a moment. I'll play it.
Okay.
What's the difference between a reference and a citation? The terms reference and citation are often used interchangeably. However, they don't mean the same thing. A reference is a general term. In the context of research and scholarship, a reference is a phrase or a notation in the text used to direct the reader to another part of the text or to another resource. The term citation is a much more specific term than reference. A citation is a written reference to a work, clearly and uniquely identifying its title, author or authors, publication date, and the document in which the work is to be found. A citation can also be called a bibliographic reference. Most sources of information include a list of citations at the end. These are often called works cited, or references. If that list is called a bibliography, however, it may also include citations to sources not used explicitly in a given work, but suggested by the authors for further reading.
When you and the team are
Ma'am,
Please stop sharing. I will share my screen. Okay, so with the help of this video, we can understand that reference is a general term, whereas citation is used for a particular to specify a particular thing which is already documented somewhere. So now when we are writing referencing, so the basic difference a citation is used during writing the article or research paper or a project, whereas the reference is the list of the sources which is either referring during writing that paper, or you have cited some of the part of the source. So these two different types of documentation list is called a referencing. So when we are writing referencing, then basically we required these things for referencing. In case of books, we required title, author or editor or authors, publication year, edition, publisher, place of publication. Whereas for a journal, we required title of the journal, title of the article which we wanted to refer a particular refer for a paper, then authors, then year of publication, volume number and issue number of the journal, and page number of the article. So these are the basic requirement while preparing referencing. So there are lots of styles are available nowadays. So here, just in my previous slide, I told you that there are two types of citation can be done. Number one is direct quote, and number two is paraphrases. So here I am giving you the example of MLA in text citation. MLA has given their guideline for the text citation as well as referencing. So here I am taking MLA text citation guideline. number 1 for direct quote. So here it is clearly written author's last name and page number should be written in the bracket. So direct quote will be Margaret had never spoken of the Hellstone since she left it. Who has told this? Who is the author? Who is the writer? Who is the speaker for this title, for this speech is Gaskell, and on page number 100. Here we have to write page number if we are using MLA style of reference writing. Now, if we paraphrase it, Elizabeth Gaskell's narrator makes it clear that her protagonist does not speak of her home once she is in Milton. And page number, here author name already came first, and 100 is the page number of the book or of the journal. So in this way we can cite any of the article. So number 1 is direct quote. Direct quote will be always written in inverted comma, and after inverted comma we have to write author's surname and page number. This is MLA style. But if we can see the API style, in API style we have to write author's last name, and rather than page number we have to write publication year. So these formats may change according to the style. And when we are writing a research paper, then you have to see the author's guideline from the publisher's website, so that you will get exact information that which type of referencing, which type of citation they require. So here are some examples using API style. That in my previous slide I have taken MLA style. This is API style. API style has two different guideline for the reference and for the citation. So for in-text citation, according to the Rig Veda, let noble thoughts come to us from every side. ये क्या है Rig Veda, and this is the in Rig Veda, I think 1.89. This may be a shlok number, as cited in Smith. Smith is a translator of the Rig Veda. So this line is taken from Smith. Smith का जो book था, which he has written in 2010, and Smith has translated this thought from Rig Veda, shlok number 1.89.1. So in this way we can cite it. So this is the quoted citation, quoted in-text citation we can tell. Now in-text for the general reference. The Upanishads contain profound philosophical techniques. So this line is used by Smith. The author of this book is Smith, which is written in 2010. So here the author has paraphrased the sentence, and he has taken only Smith 2010. Here the author has taken Rig Veda, means Smith has translated that book, and he has taken the basic source of information also. Now these two are in-text citation. When we will come to the referencing. So referencing list entry for a book or translation. This book is Rig Veda is a translation. So first we have to write author name, then publication year, then the book which is translated, a new translation. This is the title of the book, and this is the publisher of the book. In my previous slide, I have shown the basic information which we required to write in any of the referencing style. So here, if you can see here, author is there, publication year, title, and this is the publisher. After that, reference list entry to specific chapter. This reference is for the full book. Okay. if I will give this if I will give this reference in my write-up, it shows that I have read complete book. Okay, there is a possibility I may not have cited anything from this book, but I have read that book before writing that paper or before writing a particular book. Now the second part is, if I wanted to highlight, if I wanted to give reference about a specific chapter or a specific section, then I can write again, of course, author, then year of publication, then introduction, subtitle or subtitle of the book, then the title of the book. It is not subtitle, this is the chapter of the book, introduction. So this particular topic which I have read before writing the paper, which is the introduction part of the Rig Veda, a new translation, and that introduction part is from page number 1 to 15, and the publisher is Oxford University Press. Now the third point is reference list entry for a specific passage. So Rig Veda ND means publication year is not written. In the secret, in the scared text archives. So this is the particular passage which I wanted to give, and this is the web link of a particular passage. So here, remember to adopt this example to the specific text you are referencing and to follow the formatting guidelines of the chosen referencing style. So here, all these examples are according to the APA style. So whatever style you are choosing, accordingly, you have to put author, publication year, title, or chapter, page number, or name of the publisher. Now the example of the in-text citation. So the first example you can see, this should be actually in inverted comma. The first example is a direct quote and author name and page number is written. So this is in according to the MLA style. In the second example, you can see the author name, Rathore and Chauhan, is written first, determined that Himalayan brown bears eat both plants and animals, page number 6652. So here he has paraphrased the term. So this second is also right. Whereas in third, you can see he has paraphrased the term, and below they have written the author name also. So this is not correct. And last one is also incorrect. And all this example is according to MLA style. Now if we can see book ka example, let's take a book example. Earlier we have taken, in the first slide we have taken journal example. So in text, when we are citing something during writing, so we have to take author's surname first, then year of the publication according to the APA, then we can take page number also if required. Normally that author's surname and year of the publication is enough for the citing anything according to the APA. Here you can see the difference between MLA and APA. In MLA we have to write surname of the author as well and page number. Here we have to write publication, surname and publication year. So this is for in-text citation, whereas reference may first we have to write surname of the author, then first name of the forename, then year of publication, notes from a small Iceland. This is the title of the book, then place of the publication and publisher's name. Whereas in Chicago may be in text is almost same. Whereas in referencing, you can see author's name, mein forename, we have written full forename. 1995 is not in bracket. Whereas notes title as it is, London, and we have written only London, not England, and Black Swan is the publisher. So if you can see, you know, minutely, there are very small changes during the different referencing style. But when we writing a paper, it's very important to write page number. It's important to write proper referencing style, which is suggested by the publisher. Now the journal example, AP and Chicago. So when we writing journal referencing, then in my previous slide, I have informed you that we required a few basic things. Few basic things means we need author, publication year, title of the article, title of the journal, then volume, edition, volume and issue number, and page number of the article. These are the basic thing, and if you have the basic things, you can write it as any of the referencing style. Okay, so now in-text citation. In in-text citation, again the same author and year of publication. If you wish, you can add page number also. Whereas in referencing, in earlier also surname of the author and first name of the forename, year of publication. This is the title of the article, the digital library, a new perspective. Then the name of the journal, journal of document, 13, volume 13, issue 2, and page number 53 to 65. This is the referencing style for APA for the journal. Now Chicago in-text style is same, which is like book, and the referencing style is of course same, author surname, then author forename, year of the publication, the title of the article and the title of the journal, then issue, volume and page number. So this is the example of the journal. Now in between I told you that I will give you some info capsule. So here reference manager, if you will manage all the references you are on manually, it's really very difficult to manage, because what happened when we publish, when we write any paper, there is a high possibility that if I have written a paper to focus a particular one journal, then it's not possible that if I will send that paper to a particular journal, then they may accept, they may not accept. So once they have not accepted, then again we have to prepare that paper in the format of any other journal. So at that time we have to manage all once again as per the guideline given by the next journal. So it's time-taking task. I know at the time of my PhD, at that time I didn't get the EndNote or Mendeley access. So I have done it manually. So it's a very difficult task, and it took more than 1 month to complete all the references for my PhD thesis. So what I suggest, this EndNote, Mendeley, RefMe, and one more software is available. These are free resources which is available online. So these are open source software, and you should use this software for referencing. Even EndNote and Mendeley is not only useful for the reference managing, these are very much useful for the PDF reader also. You can save all your required paper here in Mendeley or EndNote, and you can access anywhere. Sometimes what happened, some of the publishers give access in the IP range only. So you are not you can download those papers from the IP range, but you are not able to manage those papers according to the research title. So EndNote and Mendeley gives you the freedom that you can make a different folder as per your research requirement, and you can access those journals from anywhere, anytime. So EndNote is a, I think EndNote ka subscription model is also there, which is system based, and online version is free of cost. So I request to all of you use EndNote, Mendeley or Reference Manager. Swati, just I wanted to know, do you have access of Web of Science or Scopus? Can any participants can give me the answer? Do you have the access of Web of Science or Scopus?
No, I'm not right now.
You don't have. Okay, no problem. So this actually what happened, EndNote is the product of Web of Science and Mendeley is the product of Scopus. So in symbiosis, whenever I give, I give a lecture on this topic, then if you are a science faculty, if your research is science based, then you should use EndNote. If your research is social science based, then you should use Mendeley. So both are very useful product, and try to use it. It's really very useful. If you want I think a video lecture and everything is available online nowadays. So you can write the name of these two reference tools. Now, the stage 1 and stage 2 of referencing. So during my lecture, I hope all of you are able to understand that first we have to cite the source. Citing will be in the article, and second stage is we have to make a reference, means we have to give a full source information, complete source information at the end of the paper. So the stage 1 is referencing to source in the text of your research article. This is called a citation, and consists of the author and the date of the work. So when we are citing something, this is the cutting of a paper. So here you can see, according to one's historical account of the origin of the interviewing, it was in the mid 19th century that the term interview was first defined as a special journalistic journal, Nielsen 1971. So this is citation. And about this Nielsen 1971, I have to give why Nielsen 1971. In Nielsen 1971 is cited from a book, from an article. So all those information I have to give under references. So first we have to cite an article, that the complete information of that article will be given in the references. That is called stage 1 and stage 2 of the referencing. Without referencing, that citation will not be important. Okay. And referencing always in a alphabetical, author-wise alphabetically, we have to write referencing. Here you can see the citation. Here 3 different authors are there, wrote blog post about APA style. Okay. So these 3 different authors, and these 3 different author has given the same statement, let's say. So in reference, we have to give the complete information about the source. So this is citation which can be used while writing the paper, and these are the references which we have to write after, at the end of the paper. Now, the basic for comparison, citation, what is the difference between citation and references? I hope now all of you can understand the difference between citation and referencing. So meaning, the citation is a way to disclosing within the main body that the quote, image, chart, statistics, etc. can be taken from an outside source, whereas referencing is the list which contain all the sources, whether it can be cited or it may not be cited, but those sources are referred while writing a paper or writing a thesis. Then what is the use? It informs the reader the basic source of information. Okay, so to know the basic source of information, citation is very important, and to know the complete source of information, reference is very much important. Then what is the purpose? To support or criticize an argument or point. When we cite a particular part of the research paper. So to support, either we can say the same study has been done earlier, or we can say this study was done, but but my study is completely different, or there are lots of problems with the earlier study, and my present research is going to be give the solution about the earlier problems. So to support or to criticize an argument or points. Then the reference is to indicate the source of the material taken. Placement presented in a bracket. So citation always present in a bracket, author, comma, page number, or author, comma, year of publication. This presented as an end note or end of the document. End note means जो page है उसके end में भी we can give some references, or in most of the time we give references at the end of the document. Then information, it contains information like publication year and last name of the author, that already I told you so many times. Whereas in the general, whereas in the reference, we have to give information about publication date, title, author's name, page number, and many other things. So this is the basic difference between citation and reference. Citation is also part of reference, and if we are writing references, then all the cited document should be there in the reference. Now, which citation? The next question is which citation style I should use. N number of citation styles are available nowadays. So, in most of the cases, if I know this workshop is to write a research papers for SCOPUS and Web of Science indexed journal. So normally what happened, the citation style of the journal is depends on their broad subject. So if discipline is economics, then normally Harvard reference style is used. Engineering and IT, IEEE referencing style is used. Humanities के लिए Chicago notes and bibliography, Harvard and MLA style is used. MLA and APA, these two writing style is very much common. So when we are writing research, then when we are writing PhD thesis, then normally we use either MLA or APA style, and rest is depends on the university rules. For law, Blue Book and Oscola is useful. Then medicine के लिए AMA, NLM and Bonchor is used. Political science, for political science we use APSA. Psychology, APA. Science, there are lots of different citation styles for science. And social science के लिए we are using AAA, APA, ASA, Chicago author date style we use. So you can choose any of this style as per your subject area or as per the publisher. Now the next is types of citation. So these are the different citation style I have taken. So these citation style can be divided into three parts. The first is parenthetical citation. Parenthetical citation is in parenthetical citation normally we use author and date or author and page format. So for parenthetical citation, the best example is AAA, APA and Chicago style is like parenthetical citation because they use bracket while writing publication year or author. Then numerical citation, under numerical citation you include a number in brackets or in superscript which corresponds to the entry of your numbered reference list. So, and the example of numerical citation is American Chemical Society and American Medical Association. Under this referencing style, they write year of publication in bold letter and as well as bracket. Means they wanted to write all the numericals available in the they wanted to highlight all the numericals available in the reference. Next is note citation. This note citation normally used in the law subject. So Blue Book and OSCOLA, this is Oxford University Standard for Citation of Legal Authorities. So note citation is used by normally law faculties and law journals, I can say. Now info capsule. Tools useful for research. Do you know the different tools? I don't know whether the session has been done on this or not. Just I would like to tell you a few tools which can help you for your research journey. So first one is EndNote Click. Formerly it was Coperneo. When you will Google Coperneo or EndNote Click, you will get a link how you can download. Just you have to register yourself on the EndNote Click, and it is a plugin with Google. So automatically it will plug in on your laptop or desktop. And after that, whatever paper you will search, whether on Google or Web of Science or Scopus or from your library portal, if that paper is available in your institute or it is available open source, automatically that Coperneo or EndNote Click will give you the information, and in one click you will get the full text paper. So it is very easy tool to get the at least open access full text paper. Okay, so please note the name EndNote Click. Earlier I have told you EndNote. EndNote is a reference manager tool, whereas EndNote Click is the plugin to get the full text journal which is available in open source platform. This is again a free tool. I am trying to give you the information about the free tools available for the research. Next is Typeset. Typeset, we are using Typeset. Typeset is very useful tool to rewrite the research paper as per the publisher's requirement. In Symbiosis, we have taken Typeset. So what is the use of Typeset? Under Typeset, they have registered all the renowned publisher which is there in Web of Science as well as Scopus. So let's say when we write a paper and we send that paper to X publisher may deny the printing of that paper. They may reject the paper due to n number of reasons. So after that, you are looking for a next journal where you can publish the paper. So let's say that is Y journal. So when you want to publish that paper in Y journal, you have to follow author guideline of that journal. And there is a possibility that author guideline of X journal and author guideline of Y journal is completely different. So already you have worked a lot on that paper. Already you have worked a lot on to write that paper. So now again you have to work for more 10 to 15 days to convert that paper according to the Y journal's requirement. So under Typeset, we have to upload our paper, and just we have to select the journal. So automatically Typeset will give you the complete paper according to the Y papers guideline. So this Typeset is very useful tool. Even you can get 1 or 2 license, and as per requirement your faculty members can use. Next is Grammarly. Grammarly is a useful tool to check the grammatical as well as sentence making of the paper. So grammar gives us the freedom that if you are writing an official mail, then it will give you you have to select official mail, then it will give you the suggestion in your write-up. After that, you can select research paper, you can select books. So whatever module will be selected by you, accordingly, Grammarly will, suggest you the right word, right sentences. As well as Grammarly will correct your spelling mistake and other things also. So Grammarly is very good tool again to write a paper. Next is LaTeX overleaf. Overleaf is editing document. Grammarly is not free tool. LaTeX overleaf is the free tool which can be used just like Grammarly. Now I will share this video link to you, Swati.
Ma'am, I would like to ask a question here. In the chat
Yes.
box, someone has written that don't we need to write P or PP before we write the page number in the text citation? So do we need to write only P or double P?
No, it depends. It depends according to the citation style, what they have suggested. In some of the citation style, they have suggested PP. Even if you will read different citation style, where to put dot, where to put comma, where to put colon, everything is guided very clearly. So you have to follow citation style, rules of the citation style.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Swati, I am sharing this link with you. Please share. In this video, please concentrate on the author, on the name of the author, name of the title, year of publication. Please. Yeah. So, so the important thing in this video, I hope you have taken the basic information is same. For any of the referencing, we need name of the author, means surname and name, and title of the book. Then if we want to reference a particular chapter of the book, then required chapter, then year of publication, page number if it is there, and name of the publisher in case of book. So in any of the referencing style, just they have given different guideline about how to write all these bibliographical information in a different way. Now these citations style is also in three different types of, which I have explained in my previous slide here. So parenthetical citation. Parenthetical citation, I told you that it is more inclined with author and date. They used to highlight author and date. In numerical citation, they used to highlight the year, whatever numbers is written there in the reference. And the note citation normally used for a law, so they used to write a reference in form of note. So here I have taken some example for these different citation style. So parenthetical citation style is just APA example, APA and Chicago example I have taken. So here again, author, year of publication, article title, journal title, volume and issue, page number, and this is the DOI of the journal. So two authors are there and they have taken surname and first name and first letter of the forename. These are two author, that's why they have written it end. If you will see this end in a different citation style, you will you can see the difference. In somewhere they have written AND end, somewhere they have written only this type of end. If there are three author, then you have to use a semicolon between the two author, and before the third author you have to use end. If more than three author, then rule is different. You have to write first two authors, and after that you have to write end and others. Okay, so let's say these are the two author. After these two author, we have to put and others. So these will be the authors, and this is the year of publication. Then this is the article of the title of the article. Then journal. 134 is volume and fourth issue. This is the page number and this is DOI. Nowadays we used to write DOI also. Before I mean 2010 or 11, we don't write this DOI. So this is the referencing style. And now APA and text, of course, we have to write the surname of the author and year of the publication. If it is MLA style, then we have to write the name of the author and page number of the article which we wanted to cite. Then Chicago style. In Chicago style, we have to write the full name, complete name, first surname and forename of the author. And year of publication will not be in bracket. After that, we have to write the article name in inverted comma. Then name of the journal we have to write. Then volume number 22 and issue number is volume number is 6 and issue December ka issue hai, and this is the page number. So if you can see the difference, this is the page number. Before page number, here they have put colon, and here they have put just comma. So these are the very minor changes are there if we choose a different reference style. And yes, one more thing, if you will take the help of Mendeley or EndNote, all these minor changes will be done by the software. You no need to do anything, only you have to download the paper and you just put it under EndNote or Mendeley. You just select the paper on which you wanted to cite it. It will ask you just to give us the bibliographical information to the Mendeley. So you have to write, this is the author, this is title, this is publication year, blah, blah, blah. And automatically it will, and you have to select the citation style. So if you will select APA citation style, it will give you the reference of according to the APA and you can download the reference. So if you will do it manually, it's really very difficult task. But if you will do it through Mendeley or EndNote, it's a really very easy task. Next is numerical citation. I told you under numerical citation, they used to, they wanted to highlight numbers which is written in the reference. So 22 year of publication is highlighted. So year of publication is 87 will be highlighted. So under numerical is, it's ACS is a numerical, citation. Then again a info capsule. Okay. When we write a paper, we have to summarize our tool, especially when we wanted to write literature review. You need to summarize complete article which you have read as per your requirement. So for summarization, there are tools are available to write a literature review. Means you have to put your article on which you are looking for the literature review. It will give you a 3-line or 4-line summary of that article. So artificial intelligent writer is available. It's open source software. Then summarizing.biz, this is also open source. Summary, Astro Summarizer is also available. Summary generator and resumer is also available. So these are the different software which is used for literature review. Now again, I will come to the reference manager tool. Zotero is one of them, one of the reference manager tool. This Mendeley and EndNote, you can use this Mendeley and EndNote in a different way. So you can use both the tools as a organizer of all your downloaded paper, as well as all the papers are downloaded under through PDF. So you can access all those articles anywhere, anytime. So this EndNote and Mendeley is not only reference manager tool. These are the very good manager for all of your articles which you wanted to read in future, or you wanted to read in present also, but you wanted to read at your home. Though remote access may not be available with you. So these are the references, and thank you so much. Now I think we will take a question answer, and after that I will start my next presentation, that is on plagiarism. So if anybody have any question, they can ask. Swati, please unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would request all the participants to please ask some questions from ma'am. Participants, please type in your questions.
Ma'am,
there is no question, right?
Ma'am, just let us give them some minutes, like a few minutes.
No.
Just finish the presentation. Referencing is so important while we are writing research papers. Like I have faced it myself also. Like many times we try to, we do not give so much importance to the referencing section, and we tend to just neglect it. For this reason also, sometimes the papers are rejected by the papers, by the journals. So many a times I have also been asked to change the references multiple times. And after that, when I make the referencing as per the journal, it got accepted. So it's really very important. We tend to
Yes, yes.
neglect it, but we should not.
Yeah, even if we wanted to publish any, your paper in a Web of Science that is Scopus indexed journal, then referencing is very important. And if it's a impact factor journal, then it's more important.
Definitely.
Because citing and everything is a must have thing for writing a paper.
Yes, ma'am. Like I just repaired this referencing section and then it got accepted. No other changes I had to make.
Ma'am, I'd like to ask something.
Yeah, YouTube. I think I have someone has asked.
Could you please?
Ikshita, YouTube video. Yes, you can take a just a link of the YouTube video as a reference.
I'm like, is there any correct way of citing YouTube videos? Like I have also faced this when we have reference from the videos. So we sometimes
you have to put a link of the video.
Okay, ma'am, should we mention like which source?
Just a video link. You can write a video link and put the link of the video.
And those links should be placed at the end of the
yes. List. During citation, you can write video.
Okay. We have to write video and then the links.
Yes. During citation, you can give video and video 1, 2, 3, and after that referencing accordingly you can.
All right. Okay. Someone else wanted to ask a question. I heard a voice, but I could not.
Yes, I do.
Please tell me.
I think someone SP Sakal has asked a question, ma'am. Though it is little out.
No, ma'am. Someone is speaking. Like a participant is speaking there. Could you please tell your name?
My name is Akriti.
Yeah, Akriti, go ahead. Can we see on video also?
Sorry, can't do.
All right, no problem. Please ask your question.
Okay, so my question is that I've been using CiteFast as a citation tool. Is that relevant enough to use for academic purposes?
Which software?
Citefast.com.
I'm sorry, I have not listened. I don't heard the name of this software for a reference manager tool. The best software which I know is Mendeley and EndNote. After that, right. I think that one more software is there. I don't remember the name. But best is Mendeley and EndNote, because Mendeley is the product of EBSCO. I would like to add one very important thing here. When you are writing a research paper, authenticity is very important. Okay, so if you are taking a good resource which is authenticated by a renowned publisher, then it will work for you. So the name which you are asking, I have not heard that software. And Mendeley and EndNote is open source software. You no need to pay a single rupee for it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Another person asks Mr. Shoman Das. He's saying, can you please share some free softwares which can be used for plagiarism checking?
Pardon?
Ma'am, this person wants you to tell them that are there any free softwares which can be used for plagiarism checking? Like how can you check?
Software? Yes, that is available. I am going to take the next session about plagiarism. So I will tell you all in and out about the plagiarism. There is lots of things to say under plagiarism. Okay, so I think Mr. Pal has asked ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, I'll read out the question. Sir is asking that though it is a little out of context, but can you please also guide us on some opens, like it's the same question basically. Ma'am, we can take it at the end of
Plagiarism. I am going to take the session, so of course I will tell you lots of things about plagiarism.
Sure. So, ma'am,
any other question?
Yeah, you can continue, ma'am.
Yeah.
I don't think there are other questions.
In your university, do you have any plagiarism software? Please unmute yourself.
Sorry, ma'am. Yeah, we have original for that purpose. We use Urukund, original.
Okay.
And we're planning to get Turnitin, but it's in process, like we'll have it up.
Okay, no problem. Okay. So the next topic is plagiarism, which is very, hot topic when we are writing a research paper or anything. And even nowadays, artificial intelligence also comes in. So, of course, at the end, I will tell you about artificial intelligence also, something about artificial intelligence. So during my this presentation, I am going to tell you about academic integrity. What is academic integrity and what is the importance of this integrity when you are in the academic field? What is plagiarism? Why plagiarism? Types of plagiarism. What types of what is expected? I mean, as an author, what is expected from you? Penalty of plagiarism, I will tell you the different penalty, just like Guru Dronacharya has taken thumb of the Eklavya. In the almost same way, nowadays also there are lots of penalties. Then reasons of academic dishonesty. Then prevention of plagiarism, software and information literacy. So prevention of plagiarism may be software and information literacy only. So that is under this, I will tell you some software. But just I would like to be frank, there is no open source software of the plagiarism which can give you a proper result. If you wanted to submit your paper for Web of Science and Scopus indexed journal, you have to make sure that your plagiarism report should be correct. Here just I would like to add, I have done a very deep study about different plagiarism software. And I have seen, I am not going to take the name of any software. I have seen that X software gives 10% plagiarism, whereas Y software gives 70% plagiarism for the same document. Can you imagine? So while you are submitting your paper or your thesis, you have to make sure that you have to use quality plagiarism software. And the authenticity of the plagiarism software depends on how much data they have carried. The biggest data they have, that plagiarism software is one of the best software of the world. So whenever you will choose the plagiarism software, the first question which you should ask to the provider is, please tell us the number of the data which you have in your software. Okay. So the academic integrity. What is the integrity? What is academic integrity as a as a profession? So academic integrity is honest and responsible scholarship. Academic integrity means be honest with the academic work and trust on the intellect. Academic dishonesty means cheating, fabrication or falsification of the academic data, misuse of resources, academic misconduct, and plagiarism. So cheating, what is the meaning of cheating here in terms of plagiarism? Let's say I have writing something and Swati has taken the same thing and she has written, this is my thought. That is called cheating. You are cheating with yourself because in future you have to pay for it. Then fabrication or falsification of academic data. The data you can misuse of the data or misinterpreted of the data. Then misuse of the resources. How you can misuse of the resources? Recently we have a case that systematic downloading has been done from one of our database. So that is misuse of resources, and someone can sell that data because that data is very much important. After that we have to file a complaint, and then after a lots of struggle we got that person, and finally lots of things were done. Then academic misconduct and plagiarism. Plagiarism is one of the, I can say, best or worst part of the. So what is plagiarism? Plagiarism, it's a piece of writing that has been copied from someone else and is presented as being your own work, is called plagiarism. Plagiarism is using someone's idea and not giving them a proper credit for. You have taken some other ideas or thoughts or some model, and if you will not give credit to the particular person, then that is called plagiarism. Plagiarism is the term used to describe the misuse of authorship. I cannot say that misuse of authorship. Plagiarism may be good plagiarism. If your plagiarism count is less than 10%, then plagiarism is good. If your plagiarism count is 70%, then plagiarism is not good. So the appropriation of imitation of the language, ideas, and thoughts of another author and representation of them as one's original work is called plagiarism. As an instructional setting, plagiarism occurs when a writer deliberately uses someone else's language, ideas, or other original, not common knowledge material without acknowledge its source is also called plagiarism. Let's say citation, you have taken citation during your article, and at the end, if you will not give the proper source, complete source of the information, that is also comes under plagiarism. So here just I am giving you an example. Here, this is student's own work. Student has written almost the language, just to paraphrase the language. Effective communication depends on a generally accurate knowledge of what the audience knows. If a speaker assumes too much knowledge about the subject, the audience will either misunderstood or be delivered. Okay. Here the original source यहाँ पे लिखा है, and the author, title, everything is written by the original sources. Here student has taken a few lines of this original work, and he has not given reference or citation of their work. So is this plagiarism? Yes, it is plagiarism. It is plagiarism. Why? Although the student paraphrased from the original source, a citation must be provided in text and a reference at the end of their assignment. Okay. So paraphrasing is also not allowed in academic writing. Here if you can see, student has paraphrased the words, but ultimately student is writing the same thing. It means the student has plagiarized some other's work. If he will give the citation as well as reference at the end of the article, then it is not plagiarized. Then second comes a self-plagiarism. Self-plagiarism is also very, is a things which is normally nowadays it is coming up. So it is a type of plagiarism in which the writer republishes a work in its entirety or reuses portions of a previously written text while authoring a new work. It means the author is publishing the same thing in two different journals. Just like an example, I will give you example also. So republishing the same paper already published elsewhere without due and full citation comes under plagiarism. Then reusing data already used in published work or communicated for a publication in another work without due and full citation. This is also self-plagiarism. Then breaking up a longer or larger study into two smaller sections and publishing them as altogether new work without due and full citation. It means that a author has published the same study in two different parts in two different journals, and the author has published it all together as a one paper. So that means that one longer study that author has published three different papers. This is a part of self-plagiarism. Paraphrasing one's on previously published work without due and false citation of the original. So paraphrasing is also not allowed during self-plagiarism. So here I am giving you an example of Article 1 and Article 2. If you can see, the same words has been written, means just paraphrasing has been done, and Article 1 is published by the name of Krishan S. 2012, a short paper proposing that we need to write shorter papers. Language and language teaching, Volume 1, Issue 2, page number 38 to 39. The same words author has used in a different journal, which is Iranian Journal of Language Teaching and Research, Volume 1, Issue 1, page number 27 to 43. Is this self-plagiarized? Yes, it's a self-plagiarized. So if one author is just yeah, so yes, that article is self-plagiarized. Even your own previously submitted work must be cited and referenced appropriately. You can either quote, paraphrase, or summarize, providing a citation to the original source. So this type of self-plagiarism is also not allowed in academic work. Now, why plagiarism? Ways of plagiarism. So there are two types of plagiarism can be done. Number one, unintentional plagiarism, and number two is intentional plagiarism. So unintentional plagiarism can be done due to unawareness of the thing, but intentional plagiarism is very dangerous. Dangerous तो of course unintentional plagiarism भी है, because in future anyhow you will be in trouble. So unintentional plagiarism is paraphrasing poorly, quoting poorly, or citing poorly. How it can be? So paraphrasing poorly, changing a few words without changing the sentence structure of the original, or changing the sentence structure but not the words. So if you are paraphrasing the work, paraphrasing the of a particular sentence, you must know how to paraphrase. So you can see a few videos which is available on the YouTube, that how to paraphrase, how to quote, how to cite any other journals, article, or paper. And you should practice it. It's not a literature review is one of the difficult tasks. Because of literature review, I have seen lots of papers rejection. Their topic is unique, their study is very good, but literature review was not strong. That's why the publisher has rejected the paper. So paraphrasing is proper paraphrasing is important. Then quoting poorly, putting quotation marks around a part of a quotation but not around all of it, or putting quotation mark around a passage that is partially paraphrased and partially quoted. Okay. Next, citing, omitting and occasional citing are citing incorrectly. These three conditions called unintentional plagiarism. Now, paraphrasing poorly. If you can see, paraphrasing. A consortium used could be described as a group. Group की बजाय set उसने use कर लिया. Of organizations and institutions who come together to carry out. In this paraphrasing, he has just changed the word. Paraphrasing means you have to rewrite complete sentence. You cannot use the different words in between. It is called poor paraphrasing. So here you can see organization, for organization he has used institute, whereas carry out useful to fulfill, together to. So here just he has changed a few words which will not work. This is called paraphrasing poorly. Whole sentence you have to rewrite. Okay. Then quoting poorly. Here you can see the right quotation. First one, quotation mark will be from start to the end. If you can see here, a few heartful, sincere and energetic men and women can do more in a year. Then he has used an inverted comma. Although then a mob in a century. This is also a part of the, this should be the also the part of the quotation. Okay. So this is called, this second sentence is called, is the example of quoting poorly. Then again an example. Swati, can you share the video, please? I will share the video. You just please play the video.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Just a minute.
Taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as one's own. Let's say you're writing something for the company newsletter, and you find a great article online that's full of useful information. So you take several parts of that article, change a few words around, and submit it without giving credit to the original author. That's plagiarism, and it can lead to serious consequences. In school, taking credit for someone else's work could mean you fail an assignment or class, or face disciplinary action. In the workplace, it could result in damage to your reputation, legal repercussions, or even losing your job. Even if you accidentally do it, such as forgetting to cite a source or misquoting someone, it can quickly get you in trouble. Luckily, we know a few strategies that'll help you avoid plagiarism. First, always cite your sources. Showing where you found your information gives credit to the original authors and helps reinforce the legitimacy of your content. If you're quoting from a source, always quote the source's exact words. When inserting one into your work, place quotation marks around it and be sure to include the author's name in the same sentence. When you want to discuss information from a source without quoting it directly, it's important you rewrite that information in your own words. Along with citing the source, use different language and sentence structures, and explore the source's ideas from your own perspective. This strategy can help you say something new, original, and plagiarism-free. Plagiarism can seem like an easy shortcut that'll save you time and effort, but it will only hurt you in the long run. Be clear and upfront about where you get your information, and you'll be free to create original content you can be proud of.
Thank you, Swati.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Hello?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Swati, am I audible?
Oh, yes, ma'am, you are now. Like, I think the video froze for some time. Now it's perfect.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now the types of intentional plagiarism. So I hope now you are able to understand what is plagiarism. You can be get rid of plagiarism if you will cite or referencing the material. Okay. Now the intentional plagiarism. But here we have to understand the only citing in a poor way will not work for writing a research paper, quality research paper, I can say. So types of intentional plagiarism is copy and paste plagiarism, word switch plagiarism, style plagiarism, metaphor plagiarism, and idea plagiarism. I will describe one by one. So these are the different plagiarism can be done. You have copied and pasted from some others' work. Intentionally you are doing word switch. I have shown you one example, that is a poor paraphrasing example. In that example, only a person has switched the word. So that is also not allowed. Then style plagiarism. Just you can follow some other's style and you can write the paper. That is also not allowed. Metaphor plagiarism and idea means you are taking some other's idea and you are writing the paper without citing him. That is called under intentional plagiarism. So what is expected from you as a researcher? So the research work carried out by the student, faculty, researcher, and staff shall be based on original idea, which shall include abstract, summary, hypothesis, observation, result, conclusion, and recommendation only, and shall not have any similarity. So here, I hope you can understand. I think it's a series of the how to write a research paper. So maybe there are a few sessions that how to write a research paper. So the first one is abstract, summary, then hypothesis, literature review is missing here, observation, result, and conclusion. So these are the different parts to write the research paper. Okay, so abstract, summary, after abstract and summary, literature review should be there. So all these things originally yours, only in that case your paper can be accepted in a quality journal. So here, this is very important for you to know what is the penalty on plagiarism according to the UGC rules I have written here. So the first one is level 0, up to similarity 10%. Then no penalty is there. Here, I must, suggest that 10% means if you will check your paper from 2 different plagiarism software, it can give you a different result. Okay, so you have to be very careful about the plagiarism software. So level 0, if your similarity is up to 10%, then no penalty. In symbiosis for a research, PhD thesis, we have taken 10% of the similarity as an acceptance. So we have Turnitin, and every PhD scholar has to submit their PhD. After that, either research department or central library used to, upload that thesis under the Turnitin, and after that, that report come to us, and that report we have to submit to the research department, and that should not be more than 10%. In most of the research papers, if you will see, renowned research papers don't accept more than 10% plagiarism. Then level 1 is about 10% to 40%. So ask to submit a revised script, whether it is thesis, dissertation, or research paper. So there is a possibility if you will submit a research paper, and it's in case of research paper, I can tell you very frankly that publication will straightforward deny your paper to publish. They will not ask you to revise it. Okay. And unless and until you have to pay a very handsome amount against publication. So ask to submit a revised script if it is PhD thesis or dissertation. In that case, ask to submit a revised script within a stipulated time period not exceeding 6 months. Above 40% to 60% debarred from submitting a revised script for a period of 1 year. 1 saal tak you cannot submit your thesis and you have to rewrite it. Above 60% registration for the program shall be cancelled. Repeated plagiarism, punished for plagiarism of one level higher than the previous level committed by him or her. In case where plagiarism of highest level of committed, then the punishment for the same shall be operative. Then degree/credit has already been obtained. Degree or credit shall be put in suspension for a period recommended by the committee and approved by the head of the institute. This is in case of PhD thesis. Okay. Then that first slide was for PhD thesis and dissertation, and this is the penalty for the academic and research publication. If your similarity is up to 10%, then no penalty. Of course, any of the publisher will accept. 10 to 40% asked to withdraw the manuscript. They will not publish your manuscript. Above 40%, number one, the publisher will ask to withdraw the manuscript, denied a right to one annual increment. In case of if you are working in a university or college, not allowed to be supervised to any new master, MPhil, PhD scholar for a period of 2 years. Above 60%, asked to withdraw the manuscript, denied a right of 2 annual increment, not allowed to be supervised to any new master or MPhil or PhD student for a period of 3 years. Reason for academic dishonesty. Why we are doing this? Of course, the first reason which I can see, there are lots of pressure on the faculty members to publish a paper in a quality journal. So that I can understand, but anyhow, we have to work in an ethical way. So number one, not aware of the sources of information. Authentic source of information is very important. Do not know how to conduct a literature search. For literature search and literature review in Symbiosis, we have a separate classes. So literature search and literature review is the base of any of the research. If you are doing research, you must know up to what level that a particular research has been done, and you have to prove the next level of research. Okay. So literature search is one of the important parameter. Then do not understand how to integrate source material into your on argument. This is again a part of how to write a research paper, all these things. Lack of subject knowledge, of course, this may be one of the reason. Then do not understand how to write technical paper. Lack of knowledge regarding the technical language used in thesis, research project, and research papers. Here, if you are not good in technical language, Grammarly is one of the best tool, I can say. Ginger is also available, but I think Grammarly and Gingerly are subscription based tools. So even Grammarly, if you don't know the language, you just write whatever you want to write. Grammarly will give you suggestion that which word you should replace if you are writing a research paper. If you are writing PhD thesis, then it will suggest you the different word. If you are writing a formal mail, then it can give you a different suggestion. So Grammarly and Ginger. Then lack of confidence. Now the bane of academic dishonesty. Of course, you can lose the personal reputation, lose the reputation of the institute. If any of our faculty from our university is involved in all these things, then definitely our university or institution reputation will be lost. So lose the reputation of the profession. Terrorism in subject knowledge. Then now the prevention of plagiarism. This is very important, prevention of plagiarism. So there are lots of anti-plagiarism softwares are available in the market. I think InflibNet or UGC. So Urkund is one of the software. Then Dupli Checker is available. I think Dupli Checker is cost. I think someone were asking that if any software available in free of cost. And yes, one more thing, Grammarly is also gives you the plagiarism report. But again, I am telling you, until and unless the database of the plagiarism software will be, you will not get the accurate report. So Dupli Checker, then Turnitin, Copylix. Copylix is one, Copylix is really very good software, but it's very costly. We have Turnitin right now. Drillbit and Viper. These are the 6 software which can be used for the plagiarism software. As a anti-plagiarism software. Dupli Checker, I think it's free of cost open source software, which can be used. But again, I am telling you that the authenticity of anti-plagiarism software depends on the size of the database available with the software. Okay. Then Grammarly and Ginger, already I have, I told you that these are the very good tool for the research writing. Then this is the last slide, information literacy. Information literacy is very important. If any student is come for the research for the PhD thesis or even masters ke liye bhi in Symbiosis, you have to publish at least one paper in the Scopus and Web of Science. So without information literacy, the student will not be able to get the resources. So information literacy is one of the very important task which can be done by the institute on a yearly basis. So under information literacy, we used to teach what is documentation and what is documentation. Under documentation, which type of documents are there, print and non-print and digital resources. Then how to conduct literature search, different search techniques. Actually, search techniques are different, depends on the sources. If you are searching something on the Web of Science, if you are searching on a Google Scholar and you are searching on the Scopus, for all these 3 resources, you have to use different techniques. So student and faculty members must know about the search technique. Then review of literature. Under review of literature, you have to use lots of citation. So you must know how to write literature review. So you should take a class for them. That abstract and summary, yes, abstract and summary is a very important part of the research paper. So how to write abstract and how to write summary, these two are quite different thing. So you must know each and everything. Then citation, of course, bibliography and reference के लिए different style of manual you must know. If you don't know, then you can use different open source software, use of anti-plagiarism software, just to like Turnitin and Urukund, and lots of other software are also available. So this is done from my side. Now the floor is open for the question and answer round.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was such a wonderful session. We really learned a lot of things. Okay, so participants, if you have any questions, please write in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and talk to ma'am. So, ma'am, I have one question actually. Like, I have been using one particular software called Zotero for some time for referencing. So, ma'am, how good is the software for this?
Zotero is good. Zotero is good.
Okay, so we can use that.
Yes, you can use, but if we will comparison the features of Zotero and Mendeley and EndNote, Mendeley and EndNote gives you more features, but Zotero is also good.
Ma'am, good afternoon. I have used Grammarly, and one problem I have with Grammarly is sometimes it changes the entire context of the sentence. So it's a little scary because you want to say something and Grammarly comes up.
Yes. Actually, what happened? It depends. Grammarly, are you using online or offline? Means, have you connected Grammarly on Word, your Word?
I have connected it.
MS Word also.
Load it on the document and then I do it. Yeah, online. It's not
only online.
Yeah.
Okay. So online also in online, I think you may get some list features if you can connect it with your MS document.
Okay.
MS Word, especially. Then you can get more options.
Okay.
And of course, Grammarly changes a lot of things. As means we are the expert. So we have to read it again and we can change as per our requirement. Actually, it's a machine. It doesn't have their own brain.
No, because sometimes I have my research students also in the masters. And if I tell them use Grammarly, arey ma'am, whatever we wrote, sab galat bol diya.
No, it happens sometimes. But you have to use your own brain also. You have to read it once.
No, I just wanted to ask you, because when we look at this, of course, I prefer writing it on my own. It's just that I wanted to check. But I get a little worried because it sometimes changes the entire meaning of what we want to convey. So that's just that. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Also, if there's any other participant who has some doubt, please do feel free to ask. Anyone? Okay, ma'am. I suppose we do not have any other questions.
Yeah, no problem. If anybody have any question or any doubt, you can mail me on librarian@siu.edu.in.
Okay. Ma'am, Jagroop Singh sir says that thank you so much, ma'am, for the brilliant presentation.
Thank you so much, Swati, for inviting me for this beautiful event.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking up your precious time and telling us all these wonderful things. This referencing is really a very difficult part of the entire paper. We can do the rest, but then we have to be very particular with the referencing.
Yeah, actually, what happened in most of the time, we are very much careless about the referencing and citation. It's not very difficult actually, but it is in our brain that it is not. It is the least important part of the research. but
Yeah.
it's not like
People
this.
who are experts in the subjects, they tend to focus more on the subject content and leave out this part because
Yes. Simply, if you want to write a good research paper, then you have to go good at every part, whether it is introduction, summary, literature review, and referencing. Everything you have to be excellent. After that, you will get the your paper may get selected in the good journal.
definitely.
Thank you so much, all of you, for the patience.
Thank you so much. And thank you all the participants. Thank you so much.